be similar to a big college game or something like that. We've been in some fun games this year, but I think the playoffs will be another level.
You mentioned it there, those big games that you've played in recently. Everybody kind of when asking the playoff feel of those games. What do you talk about as maybe the biggest takeaways from those that you can implement as you actually play in the playoffs?
I would just say don't change much up. Keep doing what we've been doing. The crowd and all that is going to play a part, I'm sure. But at the end of the day, that's just noise. So if we're locked in and we're playing how we know we can, we should be fine.
Coaches kind of talked about like you guys got to worry about just kind of doing what you need to, don't overthink things. What's been the message like in practice and kind of the early prep now that the playoffs are on the horizon and kind of getting in this mode?
Yeah, just like you just said, not overthinking, but just being super focused as a group, super locked in on the game plan, what we're trying to do, to gain the advantage. But at the same time, just continue what we've been doing all year, which is, sticking together, giving 100% on the court, and just pouring into each other.
I know we're not at Saturday yet. Does it feel Does it feel different? Does this week feel a little bit different yet, or is it just like not going to hit everyone until you get to on Friday or Saturday?
Yeah, I don't think it feels very different. Just with us playing them as many times as we played them. I think we played them twice in preseason, 4 times in the regular season. So we know them very well. They know us very well. So it does feel kind of regular, just prepping for them. But obviously, the environment, the atmosphere, the lights, and everything would be a little different. But I'm just looking forward to getting out there and competing again.
Paolo, the last few road games in the regular season didn't go, your way. What do you guys need to do differently? Like, can you pinpoint anything where you can say, okay, this was an issue and we can address that and correct it as you go to Cleveland for the first two?
I would say probably starting off better, getting off to better starts would be the main focus heading into the game 1 and 2 on the road. Just not falling into a hole early, trying to start the game off well, and then after the first quarter, we'll be fine.
When defenses want to force you left, how do you either combat or get back to the side you want to be on?
To force me left?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's my offhand, so I'm sure some defenses try to do that just to mess you up a little bit. But I'm comfortable going both ways. Obviously I probably get to my right more often just because I'm good at it. But if a team wants to completely send me left, then I'm sure there'll be ways I'll take advantage. I'm just not like I'm uncomfortable going left. I'll sure find a way to figure it out.
Paolo, last year you were saying playoffs are bust. You guys obviously did that. How do you or what do you remind yourself to not make the moment too big as you're entering into this?
I don't think the moment's too big. Not only for me, for anybody. We've been talking about it since before the season, so you don't talk about something that you're scared of doing. So I think everybody's just excited and ready to go.
Has anybody reached out to give any advice moving into the first series?
No, not yet. Yeah, not yet. I think all my OGs is probably letting me be right now, give me my space, which I appreciate. But yeah, no, I haven't received any advice.
Did you watch the two playing games last night? And if you did you see that urgency that all four teams played with? And was it any different?
Yeah, I watched the games. Thought it was both good basketball, but honestly speaking, it didn't seem too much different than the couple last games we've played, just in terms of intensity. I think the intensity's been like that for the last, I would say, week and a half, 2 weeks of the season. So, like I said, you can't get in your head too much about, oh, this is the playoffs, this is like some big, bad, scary situation. Like, it's basketball. Like I said, we played this team 6 times this year. So, you can't, if you go into it with that mindset of the moment, focusing more on the moment than the actual task, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Everybody good?
Thanks, Big.
Had on Sunday, clinching a playoff berth and Southeast Division title. Do you take a moment to reflect, and if so, what do you, kind of look back on from that journey?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, looking back, not just on this year, but since I got drafted, obviously the process started before that even, but like I said after the game, I think it's really cool that we learned together as a group and grew together as a group in these last couple of years, and I can now kind of enjoy this just together a little bit.
What do you remember about the first regular season meetings with the Cavaliers, and what can you take away from those matchups?
Extremely physical team, probably similar makeup to us, tall team that plays really physical on defense, and on offense, obviously their guards, I think Mitchell and Garland. We split a 2-2 this series, so it should be a really fun series.
How dangerous is someone like Donovan Mitchell?
Extremely dangerous. Obviously, all-star and has had a huge playoff series before, so we for sure got to lock in on him and have adjustments ready as well.
How eager are you to experience a road playoff atmosphere for the first time?
Yeah, super excited. You watch it as a kid, you hear about it once you get here, and I think everybody's really excited to kind of feel that atmosphere, and even days like these, when you're really prepping for a team where you haven't had that, so just trying to take the whole experience in and enjoy it a little bit.
I feel like this is the kind of team that will embrace that I don't want to say that you're going to go in there and try to be the enemy, but I feel like this is the kind of group that can embrace that road dog mentality and get a win.
For sure, I feel like we've had that mentality all year. Coming into the season, nobody expected us to have this kind of season, so we got to have that same approach, same belief in ourselves, and I think we got the group to do it.
Is there a change in attitude right now from these past few days in terms of getting ready for playoffs that you've seen, or is it kind of how it's been all year?
Yeah, we talk a lot about just being ourselves, and you don't have to do anything special, but obviously it's a different approach. Like I said, it's a different detailing of things, and obviously get to look at the Cavs closer than we can during the regular season.
Obviously, you had the ankle at the end of the year, but how do you feel physically after a couple of days off going into this series?
I feel fine, feel good, ready to go.
Thanks,
You guys have often been overlooked this year as a new, younger team. Now that you're playing teams that are more experienced in the playoffs, what do you say to those people that don't have as high expectations as you may have?
They don't really matter. All the people that matter are the ones in this building and in the locker room. So we're gonna try to go in Cleveland and play our best basketball. And like I said, I think our approach, our mentality shouldn't change from during the regular season.
You mentioned that does this week feel different? It's kind of hit you that the playoffs are coming. Is that something that's not going to hit you till game one tips off and you kind of feel that energy?
Yeah, obviously, no. I would say the energy shifted already a little bit. Whenever in the season you have a couple days off, you get to refocus mentally a little bit. So I think that alone is different. But like I said, obviously the game plan and how detailed we're talking about our opponent is way different. I mean, the similarity is that, it's the time that matters and it's the important games, and I think everybody's focus has to, go to an even higher level. I think we had a similar approach to the game against Milwaukee and even Philly, where we looked at those games as do or die games, and I think just every possession, playing every possession like it really matters and like it can make a difference at the end. I think that's the biggest difference. That focus part.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you, guys.
Dang, say thanks, not me.